to a very, very disappointing evening. Unfortunately, we have lost many drivers who were not going to put up with the glitches of tonight. So Brett, we will only have 12 races on the grid. Big disappointment. And
it's alright. It's alright. It's still 12. You know, it's still better.
Still 12, but it's disappointing for the newcomers.
Do you know what, Evan? Remind me, or I might be wrong. I think I've been here before.
It's disappointing, Brett. It's disappointing that the game had so many glitches, but we will be back underway with the races. 12 people currently will be racing. Huge disappointments.
It is. It's just, unfortunately, it's one of those things. It's not nice. It's not good. It is annoying.
We had so many races doing well. Right, so 12 races on the grid where we had 18. We have 5 lights that goes off, and we are under racing with the Dark Fox getting a good start. Highly favored, putting the pressure up on him. And Brett, the best we can do at this current moment. Really disappointed. But we are off for 20 laps in Brazil. We lost a drive, 6 drivers on Mexico. My apologies. The Dark Fox going wheel to wheel with highly favored Wizard. Very quickly around the inside of highly favored. Pushes himself into P2. Closest battle on track thus far. JD also getting away well. Oh, we have a little bit of contact there between him and Potty.
Ooh.
Right. So we are back under racing when we do have a yellow flag. Who will that be? It will be Hughes going off track. Currently running last in this Grand Prix thus far. Right, back to the Dark Fox. Having a 5/10 lead over Wizard. Followed by highly favored Giottosi, Potty, JD with a 3-second penalty on lap 1. Followed by the Toy, Golf Racer 4 seconds down the road. Corsair hunting down Golf Racing, takes P8. Oh, we have contact. Aggressive from Golf Racing. There will definitely be queries regarding that. Rear-ending Corsair. Right. Followed by Kratos and Hughes. Dark Fox currently having a 4/10 lead over Wizard, who is gaining better top line speed.
Also, sorry to interrupt, JD does get past Potty, so JD up to P5, just JD pass.
Up into P5, and look at Hector. No, was it Hector?
And no, Golf Racing, closing down Corsair.
So JD currently running in P5, Potty, who has the toy for company, and Wizard less than 2/10 behind the rear of the Dark Fox.
And Golf Racing does get the pass on Corsair, so Golf Racing now up to P9.
So we only have the Dark Fox and highly favored as well as Corsair on the soft tires, rest of the grid all on the super softs. Closest battle is Potty on JD. Potty with a 3-second time penalty. And he loses the rear Brett.
Oh my God.
Doesn't run into the barriers. Keeps it on track. But Corsair retires from this race. He's out of this Grand Prix.
Wow, that is 1 down already. Lap 2, we have our first DNF. I don't think it'll be our last.
DNF, hopefully it will be the last. Wizard right on the rear of the Dark Fox. But when will these super softs hit the cliff, Brett? Because they will start losing performance before the soft compound tires. Closest battle out on track is the fight for P1. Wizard on the inside. Does he have the better top line speed?
Yes,
has the lead going into the corner. Runs over the sausage curb. Dark Fox will be hunting to hunt him down. Wizard with a better exit, better grip, and he's running in P1 currently. But when will these super softs hit the cliff? Because the Dark Fox will be able to run longer than Wizard.
Yes, that is true. I don't think it'll be too long before these tyres will start falling off.
And these two running 3 seconds up the road from highly favored. Currently in P3, sitting pretty on his set of softs. P4 down to P11, all on the super softs, and JD hunting down Giottosi. Into sector 2 we go. Dark Fox riding on the rear of Windsor. DRS is activated and he will have better straight line speed down the main straight. On the rear, gaining. Wants to stick to him as close as possible. So far, job well done. Who has the better straight line speed? It will be the Dark Fox as soon as that rear wing opens wide up, Brett. Right, it opens now. Gaining 2.5 tenths, 2 tenths, 1.5 tenths. Switches around the outside. We do have a yellow flag, and that is Potty, who runs wide. He does have front wing damage, and while that's going on, Dark Fox did get the jump on Windsor and takes the lead of the race. We'll have gap to breathe with. Rear wing opens up.
We do also have a Tozy trying to close down JD.
Right, Windsor sticking with the Dark Fox. Entering the second sector. Who will have better grip? Can Dark Fox maintain the gap and extend the lead? Windsor with a 3-second time penalty.
Oh no, that's going to hinder them.
Makes his life a little bit difficult. Second closest battle on track will be Giottosi with JD. Right, Windsor, rear wing opens up. Will not make the jump into the corner. But DRS waiting for him down the main straight. We will be spectating this battle down to the main straight.
Yeah, we will stick with this one. It is the battle for P1, so we will stick with this interesting fight.
These two drivers increasing the gap on highly favored, currently running in P3. Rear wing opens up. Does he have enough room to play with? Gains. No defending from the Dark Fox. Backs out. He knows he has more DRS coming. Dark Fox runs wide on the outside. Can he make the move stick? Will he have better exit? Oh no, Dark Fox does have the better of him, but he will have DRS. Gaining 3 tenths, gaining 2.5, gaining all the way down, but runs out of room. And the Dark Fox lives to fight another day. But Windsor not giving an inch, sticking right to the back of the Dark Fox.
Highly favoured in P3, having a bit of a lonely race, but also a very competent race at the moment. Only
Gaps.
5 or 20.
Gaps starting to increase. While this fight is going on, they are leaving the pack right behind. JD with a 3-second time penalty. Windsor, rear wing opens up, stays behind Dark Fox, knows he has more DRS coming his way onto the main straight. This is the closest battle out on track. Right on his rear, Brett. Right, down the main straight we go. Windsor straightens out the car. He's very close and gaining, had the better exit. Rear wing opens up. Dark Fox will be vulnerable, moves across, gives him enough space.
Going at it.
He will be leading this Grand Prix into the first corner on lap 6 and will have DRS down the second straight. So our grid is Windsor, followed by the Fox. Highly favored, it's JD, followed by a Tozy, followed by the Toy, 1.4 behind him. Hector, Kratos, Hughes, Golf Racing, Potty, and the only racer DNFing Corsair. Into lap 6 we go.
Only lap 6, but big gaps already appearing on the track.
Big gaps appearing all over the place, and Windsor did have the fastest sector 1. Dark Fox staying right on his rear. When will these super softs drop off the cliff?
We will be sticking with this battle for P1 because it's a fascinating battle and it is the closest battle on track.
Right, so the Dark Fox gaining will not be looking to make the move. He knows DRS coming down the main straight. We keep repeating that, but these two making use of DRS very effectively. Right. into the final corner to start lap 7. Off we go. Maintaining a 6/10 gap to the driver behind him. Has a better exit. Rear wing open, but I don't think he is close enough to make the move stick, Brett. We'll have to make use of DRS down the second straight. Gaining, but does run out of room eventually. These two going at it, and while they are battling, extending the gap to 5.4 with the drivers behind them.
These
Dark
two
Fox
drivers right now in a lead of their own.
in a league of their own. We have a yellow flag down in sector 3. That is Golf Racer, who runs into the rear. He gets stuck, so that will be allowed. No, he does not get stuck, but he does have severe front wing damage, and he will have to dive into the pits.
Not been a great day for golf racing.
Not at all, Brett. But with everything that has been going on, who can blame the drivers? He's on the verge of getting lapped by Wizard. Currently 6/10 up the road from the Dark Fox, but still has a 3-second time penalty. Will it come back to haunt him? Time will tell.
We do have the toy who is closing on a Tozy, but not close enough.
The toy, but he will have the assistance of DRS. Rear wing opens up. We'll have to wait down the main straight to use that. Right, the Dark Fox, closer than he was the previous lap. Only 4/10. I believe he will be close enough to make the move stick, Brett. Rear wing opens up. No, maybe. No, he will back out and help himself down the second straight. Gaining. Oh, and Windsor runs a little bit wide. This will be an assistance for Dark Fox. Ooh. Will have better traction. No, he will not. But he will have DRS. The lead starting to decrease. Right. When will Windsor make his way into the pits? Back to the toy. On Giottosi.
Still behind the Tozy, but trying to decrease that down.
No safety cars thus far. Good sign. And Brett,
so far, so good.
I really am disappointed for all these glitches happening tonight, not being able to assist all the drivers who came in wanting to race in this F2 race. A very disappointing night for the stream tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not been. It's been taken out of our hands due to unforeseen circumstances, and I am annoyed. But at least we have some racing right now, and it is some fascinating racing.
Brett, Windsor has put a mountain of stress onto himself because he has got another 3-second time penalty, and that gives the Dark Fox 6 seconds to play with. He knows he just needs to stay close to him.
Yes, the Dark Fox does not need to overdo it.
Right, down the main straight we goes. Giottosi jumping into the pits, had enough of these super softs while the toy takes P5 into this race. Closest battle on track, still the fight for P1. Gaps increasing.
Gaps on that track.
These two drivers already 8 seconds up the road of Highly Favored, who's having a little bit of a lonely race. Followed by JD. 2 seconds down the road from him will be Detoy, and 8 seconds down the road from him will be Hector. Gaps all over the place, Brett.
It's mad.
Right.
Only on lap 9 and these gaps are increasing.
While that's been going on, Kratos also jumped into the pits for a brand new set of softs. Only 3 drivers into the pits of Golf Racing, Kratos as well as Giottosi. When will Windsor jump into the pits for a brand new set of tires? These super softs must be hurting by now.
They must be. On lap 9 out of 20, they need to pit sooner rather than later.
Giottosi hitting the barrier, runs over the sausage curb. Will it hurt his time? No. Still gets a good exit? No. Dark Fox with a better exit. Believe he will be too far back to make use of DRS, and Windsor really extending this stint on the super softs. Right. Oh, and the toy jumps into the pits. He's had enough of this set of super softs. Hector with a 3-second time penalty.
God, the penalties do really mount up.
And the Dark Fox on the rear of Windsor. will
Potty
not...
Potty with a 3-second penalty halfway through this race.
Halfway through this race, only lost one driver, of course, here. Unfortunate from him. And Brett, I do believe Wizard will be looking to make a dive into the pits this lap or the next. Only time will tell. While it's going on, the toy and Giottosi, the toy coming out of the pits, his tires will still be called. Will Giottosi have the grip to make the move stick? Around the outside he goes. Will he switch to the inside?
Oh.
And the toy on cold tires not doing a bad job, but he will have the assistance of DRS. No, he will not. My mistake, he will not. So the toy had a little bit of time to warm up his brand new set of softs, but he will be vulnerable because Giottosi is in DRS range. And as predicted, Wizard into the pits now. And the question is, when will the toy make his way into the pits? Remember, he has a 6-second gap to work with due to the penalties of Wizard. Highly Favor moves into P2 currently because Wizard dived into the pits. Yellow flag. Golf Racing again, Brett?
It really is not their night.
Right, back to Giottosi and the toy. Into the final sector. And we have Highly Favored, who has a little bit of a moment. That will cost him a lot of time. JD with a 3-second penalty. Going into P2 currently. Down the main straight, Giottosi and the toy. The toy managed to get out of DRS range from Giottosi.
The top 3 is still not pitted yet.
Top 3 still having to pit. And look at the Dark Fox. An 18-second gap from JD. And did Wizard have a little bit of a moment there, Brett? Because currently from the leader, he's 29 seconds down the road.
Wow.
Still with 6 seconds of penalties.
Wow. JD with 9 seconds of penalties, currently running in P2.
Penalties coming back to haunted drivers. Highly Favored sitting pretty without penalties, as well as the Dark Fox knows he does not have to do anything silly. He will have this in the bag if he can keep it together and redeem himself for a tier 2 race that he would have liked to forgot about.
Dark Fox, play it safe, keep it cool.
Runs wide, Brett. That will be a warning.
Oh.
Yellow flag.
Just as I mentioned their name. Down in sector 2, yellow flag.
That was Golf Racing again, not having a very good night. The Dark Fox out for another lap on 12-lap-old soft tires. When will he jump into the pits?
Increasing the gap though. The gap's now over 20 seconds.
And JD still 11 laps on a set of super softs. He will be looking to dive into the pits pretty soon. Those tires must be screaming by now. We have another yellow flag. That would be Potty, who loses control of the car. Rear end giving way. Resets to track. That will be a penalty for Potty, being caught resetting on track. And the Dark Fox into the pits, asking for a brand new set of super soft tires. And look out for him, Brett. He will be quick for the remaining 7 laps of this race.
Yeah, the Dark Fox will be looking for a very good pit stop here. No drama, in and out.
Spectating. He's out of the pits. Where is Wizard? He's only making his way down the main straight now. Highly Favored, still not into the pits. JD gets the jump on the Dark Fox, currently running in third. Wizard down the main straight. Will he get the jump on the Dark Fox? Has more speed, and he gets the jump on the Dark Fox. Into P3 he goes. That means once JD and Favored jump into the pits, he will be leading this race. But he's on a brand new set of super softs and still within DRS range of Wizard.
And approaching lap 14, we still only have one driver DNF, 11 racing, 11 still racing.
Highly Favored on the rear of its JD, who will be looking to make a pit stop now, I expect.
Yes. That is correct. These top two still need to pit. They are in a bit of a battle, but they need to pit.
Right, highly favored on the rear of JD on an old set of super softs, on an old set of softs. I presume the softs will have better traction, a little bit of better grip. Rear wings opens right up, switches to the inside. Will he make the move? Over the curb, costs him a lot of time. JD lives to fight another day. And let's see if these two jump into the pits. Right.
The Dark Fox hunting down Windod.
Highly favored, 3-second time penalty. JD decides not to pit. Highly favored, decides to pit now. Windod, followed by the Dark Fox, who will have DRS. Does he have to pay the pace to get past him? And if he does break, I believe the Dark Fox will be gone on a brand new set of super soft. He will have better grip.
Yeah, hunting them down.
Into the lead the Dark Fox goes. Will have the assistance of DRS. Better grip, better traction, rear wing opens, and Brett, he needs to get out of DRS range. Right, the Dark Fox currently 1.7 seconds behind its JD, who still needs to pit. The only driver out on track who has not pitted yet, and he needs to go to the pits as soon as possible. He's losing time around each corner.
They really are. This gap is coming down massively. The Dark Fox is really going to be all over the back of JD very soon. They are all over the back of JD.
And while Windod is in DRS range, Dark Fox will get a helping hand of DRS, but JD is slowing him down, which makes it a little bit easier for Windod. Right, around the corner they go. JD leaves space for the Dark Fox, and Windod does not want to get in the way of this battle. And did JD help Windod out with a little bit of time there?
Oh, so many penalties as well. Lap 14, penalties everywhere.
Finally jumps into the pits. Windod on the rear of the Dark Fox, who did lose time behind JD, but still managed to put up the fastest lap of this race thus far.
Up to lap 15.
Right, Windod gaining. Will not be able to overtake now. Has to wait for the second straight. 4-lap old softs versus 2-lap old super softs. It's all to play for Brett, but as things currently stand, I believe the Dark Fox will have the job done due to the 6 seconds worth of penalties that Windod has. And we have a yellow flag. Hughes off.
Wow, yellow flag.
And as we say it, the Dark Fox with a 3-second time penalty.
I was just about to say, Eben, you believe that the Dark Fox will win, and then I was about to say, Eben, I believe you shouldn't have said that.
Had the race win in his hands comfortably, still has made his life a little bit more difficult with now 3 seconds worth of penalties. Out of DRS range of Windod at the moment, closest battle out on track. Highly favored versus Giottosi. It will be a brand new set of super softs versus 6-lap old softs. Will highly favored have the pace to catch and move himself up into P4? Right, the Dark Fox with a new fastest lap. Highly favored on the rear of Giottosi. Doesn't go for the gap now. Will wait down the main straight. A lot of drivers making the use of DRS down the main straight. Being patient and playing the patient game. Potty, 3-second worth of penalties again.
Out of these 11 drivers that are currently running, we only have 2 drivers without penalty. You in P10 and Christos in P8. Wow.
Giottosi trying to weave, trying to break the toe, will be no good. Giottosi loses his position to highly favored on a brand new set of super softs. And down the road, he still will have company of its JD. It's 1-lap old softs versus 7-lap old softs. And we do have a yellow flag, Brett. It will be Potty, who had a little bit of a moment, who's jumping into the pits. Closest battle on track, Giottosi versus highly favored. I do believe highly favored will have the pace on his new set of super softs to extend the gap to Giottosi, increasing the gap around each corner.
And the gap out in front is still pretty much the same, 1.6, 1.7. So right now, the Dark Fox where he wants to be, but it's far from done.
Far from done indeed, Brett. He does have a brand new set of Super Softs versus the Softs of Wizard. And as soon as he got past him, he is managing to extend this gap. We have a yellow flag. Who will that be? Again, Golf
That's
Racer.
Sector 1.
Sector 1, sorry. Yellow flag, who's this? It is... I think it was only Potty moving out of the way of the front runners, as he has been lapped by his teammate Dark Fox and Wizard.
Wow. Lap 17 of 20.
Lap 17 of 20. Not taking away anything from this race. It has been a good race, but Brett, still a very disappointing evening, as we were not able to have all races race in this race. We had 18 drivers ready for lights out. Only went down to 12. Multiple glitches in the game. A disappointing night, but I'm happy we still got racing under the belt.
Yes, I'm happy that the race did happen and it wasn't abandoned due to people being too annoyed and just people just giving up.
Right, so the Dark Fox will be starting lap 18. Currently has a 2.2 second gap. Down the road from him will be Wizard with 23 seconds behind Detoy. These two races in a league of their own. JD in DRS range of Giottosi now, and he will have 3 more laps to make impact.
Whew.
Right, down the main straight we go, Brett. JD will have to get by him. He will have to extend his gap because he's sitting on 12 seconds worth of penalties. Not looking good for JD at the moment. Does have DRS. Rear wing opens right up and he will move his car into P5 on track. But with 12 seconds worth of penalties, that moves him down the order. He runs wide. Giottosi on the inside.
Wide.
Retakes the lead. Over, it's JD, but JD will have DRS. We have a yellow flag, Brett.
Down in Sector 2.
Down in Sector 2. That is Golf Racing once again having a race he would like to forget. And JD again gets past Giottosi. Yellow flag again. Golf Racer losing it again. Bad evening for him, unfortunately.
It's not your day. Up to lap 19. Dark Fox increasing the gap. 2.5 seconds now.
2.5 seconds, Brett. As things stand, Dark Fox will be winning this Grand Prix in Formula 2. But we have seen drivers losing it with 2 laps remaining.
We have also, Evan, we do need to decide on a driver of the day. Maybe we should talk about that after the race and not now.
Let's not allow this to happen again, Brett, where drivers tend to lose it with 2 or 1 lap remaining. The only 2 drivers on track, Krytos and Yugs, without penalties. Golf Racing with another 3 seconds. And Potty may be looking to unlap himself as he's current. And we have a yellow flag. Who will that be?
Sector 3.
It was Golf Racing, but I think he got it under control in time. Yugs with a 3-second penalty, and now we only have 1 driver without penalties.
Driver. Wow.
Krytos 777 without penalties, spectating the Dark Fox as he will start the final lap of this Formula 2 race. Currently running 3 seconds down the road of Wizard, who has 9 seconds worth of penalties, and the Dark Fox now knows he doesn't have to do anything silly. Bring it home nice and easy.
I do believe that the stop-start nature of tonight's racing has affected some of the drivers. That's why we're seeing so many penalties.
I do believe so, Brett. All these glitches and restarts must have had an effect on the drivers. Everyone irritated, having to restart over and over again. A bad night for us, but we will be back strong in Netherlands at Zandvoort. Hopefully with no glitches, Brett. And we all drivers out on track with a 3-second penalty at the moment.
At Every
single driver.
had penalties. Wow.
Welcome to Mexico. And Brett, one thing that I can say, no safety cars for this race. Potty with another 3-second time penalty.
Wow, and one thing I can say for sure, the drivers will be happy to see the back of Mexico.
Right, we have no ghosted cars running, so no one will be finishing under AI conditions. The only driver out of the points will be Gulf Racing as Dark Fox comes into the final corner to end his race in P1. Great race from the Dark Fox, followed by Wizard. The toy still 26 seconds down the road. These two drivers in a class of their own tonight.
Wow.
Spectating the toy as he will come home to finish in the final podium position of this race. We have a yellow flag in sector 3. Highly favored with another 3-second time penalty. The toy crosses the line now for P3. Followed by highly favored. Good race from him in P4. It's JD with 12 seconds worth of penalties that will move him down the order. G Atozi crossing the line next in P6 gets the jump on JD. Hector will come home to finish in P7, followed by Kratos.
Another penalty for Gulf Racing. Sorry to interrupt.
Kratos will be coming home for P8 around the final corner now, followed by Potty, who is still making his way into the third sector, being lapped. That is the end of this race, Brett.
And to be honest, Evelyn, not being rude, I'm also happy to see the end of this race.
Happy to see the end of this race after a terrible, terrible night, having to restart the lobby twice, having to lose drivers, not being able to race. But lessons have been learned tonight, Brett, and we will not be enabling the formation lap as it does cause problems. But on the bright side, let's congratulate the Dark Fox, Wizard, and the toy, our top 3 positions for this race.
Well done.
The end to a very, very disappointing evening, Brett, and run us through the order for the final time.
Oh, well, there we go. First of all, we had 11 drivers finish, and in order, they are the Dark Fox, Wizard, the toy, highly favoured, Atozi, it's JD, Hector, Kratos, Potty, Yud, Gulf Racing. That is your 11, and 12th place, but the DNF was Corsair.
Brett, happy to see the end of this race, and I want to thank each and every driver for sticking around, being able to compete in this race. Only 12 drivers in it, but we will be back, and we will be back stronger next week for the Netherlands Grand Prix. This is us signing out for Formula 2 Tier 3. Brett, thank you as always for sharing the box with me.
Evan, thank you. It's been a pleasure. And to the drivers, thank you. To the community, thank you. And we will see you all soon. Until then, take it easy, take care, look after yourselves.